Who is it?
Hey,
Vinny!
dude, are you there?
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up, my
I'm here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude, I don't
man?
have a scary story, man.
I was like, I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor, panicking.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You weren't.
Oh!
You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll come
Brandon.
after your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you like. That's
No,
fine.
it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just
Well,
saying there's a lot
But
of...
that is what you did.
Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of moon. Third phase of moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah.
All right. Welcome to GUFON tonight. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is August 21st, 2024, the year of our Lord Zitch. Hey, everybody. Sorry we're a little late tonight. Somebody fell asleep because they got a little bit too high. What do I know, you know? So, all I did was open up an email and saw that I had all of these points to get free stuff at the dispensary. And you could use it with any other promotion. And they had, and I've never, it's vape, but 85% off on vape stuff at the dispensary. Whoo! I had no idea this stuff was that good. It's been 4 years since I've had any vape because I quit vaping the vape shit. I'm just trying to kill myself. Hold on. All right. I hear a low, a background hum. And why does this side look? Is there something wrong with me? Oh, it is me. I can't. Something's wrong. Oh, wait. It's got to be the shadow. Yeah, it's the shadow of the light. It's playing games with me. Play games with somebody else. Do you hear me, light? I'll get another ring light that has multiple colors. I got one right here. I got a whole bag full of shh. Whole bag full of shh. Tonight, we're going to finish our stinky little review of Imminent, the little Alexander story, Pentagon. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't even listen. All right? I didn't even listen to it, a book today. Didn't care. I lied. I did. I listened to it. Did I? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if I listened, but I did. I did. When I was driving, I did. We're going to finish the review. And I'm going to have you guys, if you want to come on the show to join me. Maybe. Or no, we don't have anybody here. Nobody's here. Nobody wants to come on the show and talk about this book. Which, by the way, it doesn't get any better. It doesn't get better. After the first 4 chapters, I was kind of like, all right, I'll be optimistic, right? Thinking there's going to be stuff I've never heard before, but I haven't come across it yet. I've heard everything. Everything. Who do you want me to get? Everyone. Everyone. Everyone! I want to thank Michael Rosser for calling me and waking my ass up. Damn, you know what? The alarm went off at 10 to 7. And I thought I hit Zoom. Zoom? Shroom? Sleep. What was I thinking? Zoom? Samo? Anyway, thanks to Q, we're alive. Next week we have Jeff Willis. We'll be back next week. Yeah. And hold on, I'm making sure I got everything we need here. But okay, that is Michael Rosser. And then who else? No. Nobody else. Everybody else is gone. Everybody else is shaboomed. Everybody else is shadowed. Shadow banned. Shadow banned. Who's here tonight? Let's do a little coal roll, shall we? There she is. Under the pronoun dark hour space paranormal. Welcome to the show. Murder Hornet doesn't return, but he's back. Yo, how you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. Marcel, Gufonian, Metal. Hey, yeah. Welcome. Hey, Scott Brown. Sorry, I'm a little boop today, so I don't know. Yeah, I am gonna have you guys come on. Don't worry. I'm opening the phone lines. Look, and when I put the link in, I only want you here if you read the book or listen. And I'm going to play some McGurk. That's good. Imminent List then. Welcome to the show, McGurk72. Scott Brown. Scott, somebody said something about you. Oh, never mind. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. It was somebody else. Apostate plus tax. Welcome to the show. It wasn't a bad thing anyway, but it wasn't about you. Welcome to the show, Apostate PT. Hey, Jeanette, the Angers, GUFON. Welcome to the show. Are you effing kidding. Do my eyes deceive me? Oh, he's here. Dude, you got the call. You got the memo. I brain called you here. That's weird. I did. I think we even talked about it yesterday, right?
clear sky and an object materializes, they're here. They have been waiting for an appropriate response for decades, and they have not received one until now. We're doing the protocol. It lifts straight up right here, goes up, turns left, partially going in and out of space-time and vanishes. All of their technologies are wired into consciousness and thought. Consciousness is a cosmic internet. That's what we're doing. First, the expansion of consciousness in meditation. You can then see them, and then you can communicate with them. I had one fully materialized flesh and blood who have appeared and then vanished. And I see this being come in. You see that the empowerment of everyone in the audience to become an ambassador to those civilizations. Welcome to my world. So here's how society has answered the call so far.
We're going to have the Space Force. And like goddamn right, Space Force.
If millions of people start doing this, an army of consciousness doing this, it'll overwhelm the covert systems. This is how disclosure will happen. It's time for the people to find the solution, and here it is, mass contact through consciousness. Citizens Diplomacy CE5. This is the ultimate disclosure event. Be part of history, be part of the change. It's a call to action.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, we've got the special and crazy UFO videos for you tonight. We're looking at one of them right now. Miami, Florida. The jellyfish UFO has returned, and we're looking at some doorbell footage that is yet to be explained.
All right. It worked. All right. Told you. It worked. Whew. All right. I thought it, like when this happened with StreamYard and I play a video, it would keep playing it even if I restarted the computer. All right. So let's get into the show. We'll do a very quick. We already did that. Okay. All right. We're back. Everything seems to be working well. We lost about 7 people. What's up, Patronicus? What's up, Jar Jar Binks, Sky Allen, Dark Hour? Rich's ma. Ma! Patronicus! You know what I mean. All right. All right, guys. So thanks for being patient. We've had a lot of delays tonight, so let's keep going. And finally, I am going to start this chapter 5 from the book. Now, I am not going to go through every chapter like I did. This is the last show. I'm not going to talk about this book unless I have to. And I don't think I need to. But I'm having a lot of fun doing this. So maybe one more show after this. I don't know. But tonight, like I said, I want to bring you guys in. And that's going to be happening probably at the bottom of the hour, next hour. All right. Just to give you a heads up. Okay. I am going to pull up and pull it out. There it is. We've got the book ready. And let me get, I was listening to chapter 8, which, by the way, all right, let's go to chapter 7, the Tic Tac. Ready? Wait. Now, this is supposed to be listenable. So, all right, man. Let me know if you can hear it. Screw it. I'm just going to listen on my own device here. And here we go. Tic Tac, everybody. Tic Tac. You right? You ready? You okay? I hope this works. See my face? Like a schmo. Here we go. All right. This is a good one. Ooh! No? All right. Told you. It worked. All right. Can you guys hear this? No, he's not playing. Can you guys hear this? No, he's not. It worked yesterday, right? I mean, I'm not going crazy, am I? All right, let me do this. I think I know what happened. Hold on.
or training exercises prior to the carrier strike group's deployment to the Arabian Sea.
What
the
is
lead
going
vessel
on?
was the USS Nimitz, a nuclear-powered air.
Yeah, right. Apostate said, "Hey, the free trial's over." It's not. I don't know why this is happening. I must have done something different yesterday. This is stupid. I'm just frustrated here, like you wouldn't believe. All right, let's try this. It has to be this. And here, it's got to be this, but it won't let me share the audio. So the only other option we have is this. And it says you are able to share audio. So now let's hear. I really want to hurt myself, but I think I know where the mistake may be. Oh my God, this is so stupid. How did it work yesterday? I'm about to give up. This is really weird. Really, it is. It's kind of bizarre. All right, let's try this. One more try. If this doesn't work, I'll be surprised.
On its most recent training exercise, it had shared the waters with 2 destroyers, the USS Higgins.
I really want to do something bad. I really do. All right, I'm going to play it off the phone. Unbelievable this is happening. Such strangeness tonight. From the sleep that I shouldn't have been. All right, screw it. Who cares? Shut up and just do the show. Here we go. Imminent. Well, this will work. It's just, it's not the way I want to do things. No. Here we go. Oh, wait. Let me get the right chapter.
And the USS Chaffee. The state-of-the-art spy...
Is this it? Yeah, here we go. Here it is. All right, you guys should be able to hear this, right? Let me know if you can't. I'd be surprised.
A radar-equipped missile cruiser called the USS Princeton and a nuclear-powered submarine, the USS Louisville. At the time the incident took place, the Nimitz and the Princeton traveled close together. The other vessels were otherwise occupied. For nearly 2 weeks leading up to the incident, the radar operators aboard the Princeton had regularly logged UAP activity in the areas surrounding the vessels, over 100 UAP. They performed acrobatics that would challenge any aircraft the radar operators had ever seen. They even popped up on radar at 80,000 feet, where you begin to get into space, well above the normal envelope of an aircraft, even military aircraft with only a few notable exceptions, which include the U-2, the Blackbird, and the alleged Aurora. What's more perplexing was the objects would drop from 80,000 feet to 50 feet in a fraction of a second, then go right back up. There is no aircraft made by humans that can do that. The tic-tac encountered by the Nimitz Carrier Strike Group exhibited propulsion performance characteristics that imply a propulsion system power generation or output of 1.1 trillion watts.
I swear on my life, I thought he was going to say 1.21 gigawatts. Did anybody else here think he was going to say one? He said 1 point. Come on, why? It's everything. Everything's falling apart. Stop it. Stop. Now, we haven't heard anything new yet. Look at this. Even the lighting's nothing's working tonight. It's lose power. It's lose power. This is crazy. This is crazy. I wasn't going to say anything bad. Just giving my opinion, bro. Calm down, you and your psychic fellas trying to put a curse on me. You know what? I did a counter curse today with my homies. That's right. Watch this. See? All I had to do is just focus it. Gotcha. So everything we've heard right now, up until the point that I paused it, we've heard all of this before. It's nice to hear again, to get a little reminder, a review of what we already know. Kind of like, hey, remember this? And I'm like, yeah. And I didn't like it then, I don't like it now. Play.
That is more than 100 times the daily electrical utility power generation of the U.S. Simply put, that is the power required to do what these things do. If an aircraft performs such a feat, you'd expect to hear a crack or a sonic boom as it flies beyond the speed of sound. Operators in the vicinity detected no such boom. There was no acoustic signature, as we tend to say. It was as if the rules of normal physics didn't apply. The carrier strike group had relied solely on electromagnetic systems to track these things. Until then, no one had gotten eyes on the objects. That was all about to change. On this particular November morning, the radio operator spotted what looked like a fleet of UAP, 14 of them to be precise, in the vicinity of a training area designated for military maneuvers. 2 U.S. Navy F-18 Super Hornets were conducting training exercises when they were asked to go get their eyes on the UAP. In each U.S. Navy aircraft sits a pilot, known as the front seater, and a weapons systems officer, known as a WISO, also known as a backseater. The senior pilot in the air that day was Commander Dave Fravor, who was considered...
Is this necessary? Excuse me. I mean, really. Another history lesson. I thought we were going to get something new. So far, nothing new from Lou. Absolutely nothing. This whole book, everything that I've heard, I'm not done yet. I've got about 2.5 hours to go. Because I figured I would do it tomorrow. You know, I was going to do 3. I don't know yet. This is unreal. We're talking about stuff we already know. I didn't know we were going to get a history lesson. And this is what happens when you don't have anything. Anything. Anything new? This is very frustrating to listen to. I am rooting for Lou to come up with something good. And now what? We're going to talk about the 50 feet from the windshield of the cockpit video? Doesn't exist. Let's say it does. It doesn't. It doesn't. Because it can't. Not to you or I. Me or you. Us versus they, them.
One of the best Navy pilots. One of a rare breed, Fravor was often one of the few individuals who were known to run towards danger, not away from it. Commander Fravor graduated...
Right. So all other pilots whose brethren is just staring at them perform their duties don't feel the same way? Come on, stop with this freaking... Oh, why does he do it? Because he has to.
Gun with honors and was now the skipper of the elite Black Aces. His call sign, Sex, was an inside joke bestowed upon him by his colleagues upon graduating flight school, a rich and deep military tradition.
Because David Fravor gives favors. Yeah, gosh, at 30,000 feet down to 50 feet. Fravor laying pipe in the middle of the ocean. You have a little motion sickness? Here, take one of these.
On this particular mission, Fravor's aircraft call sign was Fast Eagle 1. In his backseat was Commander Jim Slate, call sign clean. An experienced and effective Wizzo, Slate was often known as the warheads on foreheads guy due to his precision with which he dropped his bombs. Making up the other half of the team.
So hard. Open the window. Do you see it? Yeah, go ahead. What a job. Everything's done for them. What are you going, 380 miles an hour? You got to drop it from here. You doing 260? Got to drop it from here. How high are you? 18,000 feet? 800 feet? 100 feet? They know where to open that door and drop the bombs. There's no rocket science. Well, there was, but there isn't to these guys. It's all done. Computers do it all. Good morning, Rich. Hello, aircraft. How are you today? My name is Lola. Hi, Lola. We're going to drop some bombs today. We're going to kill some bitches. Yeah. Good job.
Was another U.S. Navy FA-18 Super Hornet, piloted by Lieutenant Junior Grade Alex Dietrich, who was more skilled and deadly than her call sign, New Girl, suggested.
I have to pause it every now and then, or you get in trouble. Your mother's Nike ass.
Fresh out of training, Dietrich flew circles around her peers, probably the reason she was handpicked for her assignment with the Black Aces. A few years later,
she flew circles around other women. Gush, I'm sorry, I had to say it. Hey, drop it. All right, calm down. Misogyny, DIA hire. Say it. Say it.
I heard.
Actually, you know what's weird about Dietrich? You don't see him anymore. No. She must be good at that flying job, or they wouldn't have included her in these reindeer games, but they had to. Because Fravor had to have a witness. Can I get a witness? He had to have one at least. Right? Uh-huh. Because you know what happened? Do you remember? Does anybody remember what he forgot to do? Turned on the camera that's on the helmet that you're wearing. Or you just forgot to turn it on. How do you forget to turn on the most important? He didn't forget. That's why they brought in Dietrich. Well, we can't show. If we say David has 8 hours of video, 8 minutes, whatever, the public's going to cry and let's see it. We know you got it. But this way, we'll just use Alex Dietrich to give a side view of what she saw, according to David Fravor, too. That's why they did it that way. So there wasn't video for us to cry about. Get it? Got it? Good.
Story that Alex had more confirmed kills in a period of time than the entire U.S. Marine Corps.
I believe she killed a lot of good men. I believe it. That's why they call her the Black Widow. No, they don't. But they should and they will. They will.
I never knew if this story was true, but I would not doubt it. Accompanying Dietrich as her Wizzo was another aviator known by the call sign Noodle. Together, New Girl and Noodle made up Fast Eagle 2. Fravor and Dietrich were flying their aircraft at approximately 20,000 feet when they both looked down into the sea. It was a gorgeous day, the sea calm. In this one spot in the Pacific, the water churned and roiled. It looked the way the surface of the water would look if a ship or some other vessel had sunk.
Who cares? Heard it. Been there. Done that. All right, let's go to the next. Hopefully we've got something interesting here. All right, here we go. We're going to juice this up a little to another. I know, I'm just moving ahead. 2.5.
Capture some video footage of the UAP.
Yeah. Here we go.
Leaving Fravor and Slade in the dust. Low on fuel.
So what happened? Do you remember? The object and Fravor were doing this counter spin, and here's Fravor, here's the UFO, here's Fravor, and then Fravor's coming up, and they're both turning at the same time. It was an amazing corkscrew. Meanwhile, Fravor's sitting up there looking down going, what's he doing? And then the UFO allegedly, supposedly, just took off, according to Fravor. And it wound up 65 miles away at the cap point where he was supposed to be going to. How did it know where I was going, David Fravor said. My question to David Fravor is, how the hell do you know that's the same exact UFO when there's a whole fleet of them that look identical right there? I call bullsh. Oh, it read my mind. It knew where I was going, even though I didn't even know. I knew it was going to go to the cap point. That's the problem I have with David Fravor, Dietrich, that whole entire thing. And now you want to tell me there's a video of one of these things 50 feet from the cockpit of one of the airplanes? Jets, F-18, Raptor, whatever. Why? Okay, I'm going to just put my whole fist up my nose. Why do they have to lie all the time? I hate it. Yeah, it's a little ridiculous now. We're not ready for disclosure at all. It doesn't matter because we don't have anything to give the people. I promise you. I wouldn't steer you wrong, folks. If there was something, we would have seen it at this point. I believe so. I think we would have seen something by now. And I mean something. Not a glitch or 0.8 of a second video. Let's just breeze through the rest of this, get to the next chapter. This is the Tic Tac chapter 7, by the way.
Fravor wisely decided to end the exercise. Both jets zipped back to the carrier.
Why wisely?
Upon hearing about this incident, another pilot eagerly offered to go find the Tic Tac.
Graves?
To everyone's surprise, he found it. Seeing it on radar and then with the naked eye. The pilot attempted to gain a lock on the Tic Tac. Cycling through various modes on his aircraft radar, he found it difficult to obtain one. UAP have been known to jam radar. Navy fighter pilot Lieutenant Chad Underwood managed to capture some video footage of the UAP.
I always forget to talk about him, Chad Underwood. I always forget. Pay attention to this. This is important. He says, there's video. Listen, I'll replay that part because I screwed up talking.
Back to the carrier. Oh, the location of a cap point. It is impossible to extract from aircraft systems themselves. Tic Tac. To everyone's surprise, he found it. Seeing it on radar and then with the naked eye. The pilot attempted to gain a lock on the Tic Tac. Cycling through various modes on his aircraft radar, he found it difficult to obtain one. UAP have been known to jam radar. Navy fighter pilot Lieutenant Chad Underwood managed to capture some video footage of the UAP using advanced targeting forward-looking infrared radar, ATFLIR, or FLIR for short. There's quite a bit of mind-boggling information in that short video clip. First, the UAP defies the pilot's attempt to get a good lock on it. Second, it has no wings, no air intake, no exhaust plume, no cockpit, and no distinguishable control surfaces. Third, it displays no heat or acoustic signature. Fourth, it's flying at
Is this the gimbal he's talking about?
hypersonic speeds and able to execute a maneuver almost instantaneously. The craft's instant disappearance was also alarming. Both Underwood and the Fravor Slate team reported the UAP disappearing over the horizon in an instant. How was that possible? We simply don't know of any aircraft that can go that fast.
You know, I'm listening to this now, and I just had a thought. Because there's no video to watch, really, during the book, or really at all. I mean, it's just crap, as we learned. Drones, balloons, garbage, whatever you want to call it. You can say anything here. And nobody's going to question whether you're right or wrong. And that's just weird. No, it's true. Everything that we're listening to now shouldn't even be talked about. I don't get it. I know it's part of the book. You see? He's got it there. Get in there. You see? That's the book. Of course he's going to talk about it. I get it. Maybe I was just expecting a little too much out of this book. All right, let's move ahead another 3 minutes.
The time wasn't to necessarily study what we call cold cases, but it wasn't possible to ignore them. Each report I read lingered in the back of my mind, haunting me, teasing me, tormenting me. As a trained special agent in counterintelligence, I was supposed to always consider the improbable. Was this an elaborate U.S. disinformation campaign that was allowed to go on for too long? But when I dug into the past, it again rewarded me. August 1947. A civilian pilot on the East Coast reported an encounter to U.S. Air Force Air Command with a cylinder-shaped object blunt.
I love when people don't listen. And Brookers. I never said this was part 8, chapter 8. I said I left off where I was listening today on chapter 8. So I brought us back to where we left off on the show yesterday, to chapter 5. You got to turn on your listening ears, folks. That's why you give out false information about what's going on during the live stream. Brooke is, huh? Come on. Unbelievable. How you got that wrong is beyond me. All right, I'm going to move ahead to the next chapter. I feel like I'm being forced. Joking. Let's go to chapter next. What is it? 8. All right, this is what I've been waiting for. This is all he needed to do. This is the book, Angels and Demons. Or shall I say Angels or Demons, chapter 8. And I wish they would have called it Lou Ate It. Chapter Lou Ate It. He's doing good. It's good that he did this on his own. He did the narration. I always recommend that if you can do it. If you're an author and you have the chance to do an audiobook, do it. Who cares?
Chapter 8. Angels or Demons. It was inevitable that we'd end up on a collision course with powerful leaders in government whose worldviews bumped up against what we were investigating. As long as I'd worked the UAP issue, I'd heard stories of powerful circles of religious fundamentalists who shaped policy within the Department of Defense. They were referred to as the Collins Elite. I heard the name bandied about, but honestly, I never gave their existence much credence. It was like hearing stories about the long-reaching power of the Illuminati. A secret religious society? In the Pentagon? It sounded absurd. Wasn't the day-to-day bureaucracy and existence of the legacy program bad enough? To entertain the notion that some generals and their staff of zealots actively promoted a religious agenda which drove policy inside a sacred yet secular national security institution was simply a bridge too far. Yet, I learned that the Collins Elite were indeed real. But who were they? And what was their agenda? Were they some sort of formal but secret order within the U.S. government that had been part of the institution from its beginnings? Perhaps it was a rogue Masonic lodge that had managed to co-opt senior members of our military.
Could be.
It certainly made me think of the idea of the Illuminati. The more I thought about it, the more paranoid I became and the more conspiratorial it all seemed. I could not have pointed out a member if they passed me in the cafeteria. Later, I learned that several of the group's members were former colleagues and even a former supervisor of mine. For now, they remained elusive. Their ability to operate in complete anonymity was their strength. They were single-minded, Pentagon and intelligence community lifers with the power to shape policy and kill programs simply with a whisper or a nod.
black. Men that are black. Black men in black. I don't know. Come on, Lou. I mean, really? This is the book? This is what we're listening. God, it's so much fluff, guys. This is just getting worse to me. To me. And it's not because I know the story like you, and we've lived it and breathed it. And we breathed it for a long time, since 2016. When Lou came, we were supposed to be, in our minds, getting disclosure, but he never said that. He never promised it. And I'll be honest, Lou never really outright lied to us. He does it in a way that's very passive aggressive, and it's hard to catch. But it's when he's just talking in circles and telling you stuff you already know in a book that'll cost you about $25 to listen to. Wait, what? I don't know what happened there. All right, let's continue. I'm going to jump ahead just a bit. A minute, 2 minutes and a half. Go.
Less than professional. She did not know who Woods was. Smart, calm, cool, and collected. Woods had been my unofficial mentor when I first Battlefield disheartened me, to say the least. Harry Reid and his cohort of fellow senators who had supported funding OSAP ATIP appreciated the concept of applying science and intellect to the UAP problem, a completely secular view that I heartily embraced. In all the work I had done in the service, I followed the facts. To make decisions any other way seemed illogical, short-sighted, and archaic. On the battlefield, we understood that the AK-47s pointed at us were part of a radical holy war, a jihad. I never took it personally. In the halls of the Pentagon, instead of radical Islam, we had radical Christianity, and instead of an AK-47 pointed at me, it was a briefcase and a pen, which was far more terrifying and personal. Between the Collins Elite and the Legacy program, we had two powerful forces that didn't want us doing what we were doing. Both had more resources and both had differing objectives. One group wanted to kill all efforts to investigate the topic. One wanted to investigate it while keeping the public and us in the dark. Both operated in complete secrecy. Earlier, I mentioned a distinguished leader I'm referring to as Devin Woods, who had assumed a senior role at DIA. I knew him well and regarded him as smart, calm, cool, and collected. Woods had been my unofficial mentor when I first came to the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, ODNI. He had an illustrious career with the CIA before coming on board ODNI. One day, while attending a routine briefing on information technology IT security practices, a junior-level officer said a few things during the training that I'd characterize as less than professional. She did not know who Woods was, so when he tried to correct her, he was met with a snide and disrespectful retort. Normally, this would have resulted in immediate administrative actions against the young officer. But Woods was different, patient and thoughtful. Rather than tearing into the new officer and embarrassing her in front of the other officers,
he fucked her.
Woods collected
I'm sorry, I couldn't stop. I mean, come on. Why do we have to listen to the minutia? Oh, well, he didn't know if he liked her, then, she liked him, and he was very smart, and, it's like, just get to the meeting. Tell us the good stuff. I know you gotta, make this interesting and try to give as much detail as possible in an unabridged version that's 10 hours long in an audiobook, but for Christ's sakes, substance, please. You're right. I've never been more bored since the last time I watched paint dry. This is not good. I'm not enjoying it only because I thought we were going to hear new stuff. Now, we've got so much here. I can't go over it all on the show. So it's unfair to really give that opinion. But from what I've already heard, not a big fan. Not yet. Hey, there's a lot of book left, and I don't know what to say anymore. I'm going to bring you guys in here in a minute. 15 minutes.
Pentagon or Congress who could look away, and it would help Jim's efforts. We had found plenty of evidence of extremely advanced craft performing in ways we couldn't replicate and entering controlled U.S. airspace at home and abroad without any repercussions.
Abroad.
These facts alone warranted additional DoD resources. Jim refused to lose focus on the overall scope of OSAP ATIP as he felt it was all interrelated. He felt that if he could show DIA and DoD leadership the results of his efforts, any rational individual would see the value of continuing his anomalous investigations. The only problem? The briefing Jim wanted to share with leadership included words like archangels, angels, demons, and spiritual realm. A bridge or two, too far for most. I urged Jim to tone down the paranormal verbiage and focus instead on the importance of this work to U.S. national security.
Did you just hear what Lou told Jim to do? Tone it down. Don't talk about this paranormal stuff. Why? Because a lot of people don't buy into it, and this is it's a very, very touchy subject when it comes to angels and demons, especially people who are Bible thumpers in our government with seats in the Senate. I'm guessing 60 to 70% of our government are those Bible thumping, one-way thinking, never open-minded fools. I hear something strange. I don't know. It must be coming from outside, I think. I don't know. It's coming in through the mic, though, and I'm not a very big fan of that right now. This is weird, this book. I kind of want to jump past even the angels and demons, but I like this. I like this part a lot. So I'm going to continue on the angels and demons. And the reason? Because this is where they're trying to take us in the world, ufology, not just in the book. But they really are throwing this out there. And I know why. Nobody, okay, can't give us evidence. What better way to combat that? Where's all the evidence? Well, it's locked away and we can't give it to you. Adversaries, we don't know who you are. You could be part of the enemy. You may look at that disc and see something that's, a projectile of something or another, and I don't realize it, even though I'm a Zionist. But nonetheless, nobody can see what we have. So we're coming up with another way to make you believe. Demons. And aliens, but demons really. Scary, looky, lurking, leering demons. Right? Spooky language. Spooky language. Why do they do this? Money. He needs money. The all-powerful, the all-seeing, the all-knowing, the all-creating can do it all, but he can't deal with money. He needs money. He can do everything else. Walk on water for sure. Just can't get enough money. George Carlin, 1982. All right. Somewhere in the 80s. Maybe 70. He was around since the 50s anyway, so let's go. All right. More of this book. Imminent. Chapter whatever. Chapter whatever. Doesn't matter. Where are we?
Our UAP investigations made us aware of a very real national security threat, and that was what I felt we had to focus on if we wanted people to pay attention. Lou, it's the truth, Jim said, his voice sounding increasingly frustrated. What's wrong with telling the truth? He had a point. There should never be anything wrong with telling the truth. But in this case, it's...
You know and I know that's not what Lou was thinking at the time he said, we got to tell the truth. Lou said, fuck that shit, we can't tell the truth. He didn't say, you know, that's a really smart, that's a man's answer right there. But we can't do it a man way. We got to go pussy way. So we got to lie. If we go out there, tell everybody these things are demons or angels, you know what they're going to say? So you don't have any UFOs? No, you got it wrong. They're going to say, oh, those are the ones flying the UFOs. No wonder. And he bought it. And that's what they've been using ever since 1953. Because of Roswell, right. But when they had that congressional meeting in 53, the first one, they talked about the threat. That will never go away. It can't. And it has to stay because that's how they get the funding. Why? There's a threat out there. Wait, there is? Well, what is it? That's why we need the money. We have no idea. So this money that we're signing off on, the $80 billion that you need, you'll probably get 15,000, but you have no evidence, right? Witnesses all say the same thing. They don't know. Demons? All right. Angels? Yeah. Well, I guess when you don't have any answers, you give the public all of them. It's an interesting psychological game they're playing with the public. That's exactly what happens here in ufology. And very, very few people will believe that their government is lying to them. They have to. And once you come up to that realization that the government's paid to tell the truth and they're paid to lie to keep secrets from not only us, the adversaries who got their families living over here trying to listen in to everything we do, buying property around everywhere we militarize, and infiltrating those places, becoming Americans, when in fact, they're the enemy. Oh, that was scary shit to think about. But Greer, have you seen? Oh, we're not there yet. Oh, okay. All right, back to Lou.
How you tell the truth, that matters. Jim made a few adjustments to the slides, and we moved on. I felt bad for Jim. The program was his baby, and now people were trying to kill it. Jim believed with all his core that research on Skinwalker Ranch was worth pursuing. Privately, I agreed. Unfortunately, the current atmosphere within DIA was now hostile to that work, and if we were going to have any chance of success, we needed to adjust our message. Sometime after that, in the spring of 2010, Jim confided in me that he was being pressured to stop all efforts. He was about to take a meeting with Deputy Secretary of Defense William J. Lynn, hoping he could talk some sense into the Deputy Secretary and allay any of DOD's fears or concerns. He felt certain everything would turn out okay. He only knows what he's being told by DIA leadership, he said. Jim looked tired and beaten. The last few months had not been kind to him. Jim was a caring and sensitive man who believed he was doing his patriotic duty.
And now, he's a low-life, scum-sucking, evil-dwelling, devil-sucking, boot-licking man of a boy. He's turned to the dark side. He will never, ever find out what the truth is to the world that we call ufology. Poor guy.
Jay and I admired him for that. I asked Jim if he wanted me to attend the meeting with Deputy Secretary Lynn as a show of solidarity. I figured he could use a human shield. Jim told me it would be best if you went alone.
Oh, look at Lou. He's such a big protector. I'll protect you, just to get in there, manipulating his way. You want me to come in there? I can, protect you from, Nah, Jim says. I'm an adult. I got it. See this? That's a broom sweeping your fat ass away, Lou. I'm sorry, I just can't help myself. All right.
So, I acquiesced. Later that afternoon, I ran into Woods in a hallway between meetings. He had come to the Pentagon to receive a briefing on DIA matters not related to our efforts. Unlike my usual interactions with him, Woods didn't smile and looked at me sternly.
Okay, here we go.
As he approached, he put his hands in his pockets and said something in a quiet tone that I'll never forget. Lou, you know we already know what these things are, right? I wasn't sure if Woods was asking a question or making a statement.
They're demons!
I'm sorry, sir, I said. What are you specifically referring to? I sensed his annoyance. Deep in my mind, I secretly hoped Woods knew something I didn't. I hoped Woods would reveal to me that these UAP we hunted were actually some sort of secret U.S. technology hidden deep within the black budgets of the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, or the Air Force Research Laboratory, AFRL. That would have been a welcome relief.
No.
Have you read your Bible lately, Lou?
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Sir, I'm familiar with the Bible, I said. What a strange thing to ask, I thought. Lou, you're opening a can of worms, playing with this stuff, Wood said. It was clear to me he was talking about UAP.
This is when Lou realized he can't do this anymore, and he quit. The Bible-thumping, devil-fearing, God-fearing people that work inside our government are just too far gone into the Bible, and they can't be turned. They just can't. You can't turn them. Nobody's turned over there. You can't do it. I want to play more, but I'm not, of that chapter. We're going to move along. But that right there changed Lou forever. And he quit. I think that's the part where he quit. Listen.
I can't imagine the look on my face, but I'm sure Woods could tell I was perplexed.
Huh?
It's demonic, he said to me. There is no reason we should be looking into this. We already know what they are and where they come from. They are...
That's insane. So where and what? And we still don't know, yet Lou knows? He doesn't? Nobody does, that's why. Only 6 people know, I think, in the world. And they don't even speak human.
Deceivers, demons. I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Yes, you could.
This was a senior intelligence official putting his religious beliefs ahead of national security. It was an intense moment. I know we go way back, Lou, was the subtext. I know you probably once looked up to me. I'm a friend, but I don't always have to be. I was dumbstruck.
Wow.
In a moment, I realized...
That is so... I never heard that part. Do you know how freaking horrible that sounds? I don't have to be your friend? What?
We already know what they are and where they come from.
Listen.
They are deceivers, demons. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This was a senior intelligence official putting his religious beliefs ahead of national security. It was an intense moment. I know we go way back, Lou, was the subtext. I know you probably once looked up to me. I'm a friend, but I don't always have to be.
That could be taken good and bad. But I think that's being thrown out there with the negative connotation that, in the context of what he's saying, it's not good. Hey, Lou, I know you a long time, but, we go way back, and we're friends and all that shit, but we don't have to be. You know what I mean? I will take you down faster.
I was dumbstruck. In a moment, I realized that my mentor, who had always been the consummate gentleman, could be a stone-faced, ruthless
He's a cork soaker.
Operator. No wonder he did so well over at the CIA. This was a direct warning to me, and I completely understood the message. Yes, it's natural to fear the unknown, and a healthy amount of fear can prevent someone from making dumb mistakes. But simply put, this seemed crazy, and about a topic that was already insane enough. The program had taken on a slew of subcontractors to help with the research, but the primary firm was Bigelow Aerospace Advanced Space Studies, BASS, owned by former hotel magnate Robert Bigelow.
So, we know what happens. Boppity beepity boop. We'll go to the next chapter. Chapter 9, Into the Void. Do we really need to do this one? It's not that bad. Or we can go to The Secret in Their Brains. Here's what I want to go to. Where the Evidence Lies. And we're going to go a little longer tonight, okay? Because this is taking just it's painstakingly long. I'm going to have to do this tomorrow night. All right, I'm going to open up the lines and right after this. So I'm going to play this few minutes from the shortest chapter in the book. Chapter 13, Where the Evidence Lies. They should have said, The Evidence Lies. That doesn't make sense, I know. All right, here we go. Chapter 13, Where the Evidence Lies.
Chapter 13, Where the Evidence Lies.
I just told him, dork.
We were told specifically that a defense contractor associated with the Legacy program was in possession of UAP materials of non-human origin made by some civilization from some distant planet. When Jay went to inquire for us, the contractor acknowledged that, yes, they were in possession of this material. They said they would give us access to it, but first, we needed to get permission from the Secretary of the Air Force. This was an important development. The contractor was acknowledging a long-standing memorandum generated by the Air Force, which made the contractor beholden to the Air Force's strict handling requirements. This proved that the Air Force had indeed not only known about crash retrievals, but had a historic control over them and leverage with this defense contractor and probably others. In the words of the contractor, after decades, they were no longer able to glean any meaningful understanding of the recovered material, and they considered it now an expensive liability. We already knew or suspected that a handful of aerospace firms had been cleared to accept and keep forever any off-world technology that came into the hands of the U.S. government. But they weren't talking and would actively work to get you fired or your clearance canceled if you started asking questions. So, this was very interesting, but too good to be true. We now knew the Air Force had long been a key player in the Legacy efforts, and this contractor probably had a good laugh sending us on this fool's errand. In reality, they had no intention of giving this to us. It was an in-your-face reminder of the power of the military-industrial complex, and specifically their power when it comes to the Legacy UAP program. From the moment I came on board the team, I learned that the Air Force was stubbornly and mysteriously uncooperative on the topic of UAP. Their resistance was irritatingly real. I cannot enumerate the times we sent carefully crafted emails to Air Force liaisons requesting information or follow-up details on UAP incidents, only to have the requests denied or ignored entirely.
Hey, Renee Cruz, what is this? Get a new 4-year, give or take 2 years. She could be 6-year-old girl living long hair, calico, birth 6-7, but I officially say her birthday 6-6 because I'm 9. Oh, that's funny. That's actually good. Yeah, I got that actually. Well, enjoy, and I hope you have very many long years together. You know, that is unbelievable. Hey, Anomalies and The Real Deal. What an observation you made. The shortest chapter is about evidence, of course. Unreal. I'm not finding this book good. For me. I'm finding it to be very, like everything is fact. I guess I'm trying to, I don't don't know, man. See, I think I'm tainted just like you might be. I can see the value in this book. Of course I can. But everything else that makes this fight for disclosure real is evidence, and we don't have any evidence. And that is so funny. Like, yeah, the shortest chapter is about evidence. Of course it is. And these medals were bullshit. We all know what happened. All of it. I want to try. I want to live. I want to see the day.
In my early days, I just assumed the U.S. Air Force was in denial. Maybe they felt burned for the clown show they orchestrated with Project Sign and Project Grudge and Project Blue Book.
Maybe.
Maybe they were embarrassed that they didn't have complete dominance in our skies. They were supremely responsible for protecting U.S. airspace, but when it came to UAP, they had failed miserably. Maybe, to Air Force leadership, to speak truthfully of UAP meant owning up to that realization. Or maybe current leadership simply didn't know much about the topic. Perhaps they had buried the past when they euthanized Project Blue Book in 1969.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That is a really good theory. Yeah, destroy the evidence. Nobody can know about it ever again. No future. That even if you want to come looking for it, you're not going to be able to put the pieces of the puzzle together because we've spread them out and burned them down and buried them. It's a shame. It really is. Fuck. Like, why though, man? And it always comes down to what? Money. However, hold on. With money, you have power. You do. And if you don't, you're kidding yourself if you think if you have a lot of money, you don't have power. No, you have power. If you use it correctly, you could have a lot of power. Okay? Okay. I almost did it, didn't I? Okay. Oy. All right. So, yeah, nobody's called in yet. That's okay. Hey, if you want to, the link's in the show description. No pressure. Just make sure if you're, all right, I'll tell you what. I made a stipulation to calling in. You had to have read the book. Well, now you don't have to. Now you can go off of what we did here tonight and last night. And if you were here, I'll know because I see you. But at least you have some idea of what's going on without even reading the book. So those people can also call in. I don't want you calling in going, you know what I saw? The 1988? Yeah. You saw a dial tone. That gush all over hanging up. What a dick this guy is, Yeah. And did you hear about the disease that I have? Okay. It's not my fault somebody did this to me, gave me an addictomy.
But I had grown older and wiser and more informed.
Me too.
It had become extremely clear to me that the Air Force was part of the cover-up.
Nope.
Days went by.
Really? Took it that long to figure it out? Genius.
I grew increasingly angry. Here we were, ostensibly investigating the unthinkable, and others in government were actively hiding it from us. We knew that our adversaries had their own UAP research programs. We also had incursions of our most sensitive restricted airspace happening regularly. How could others working for our government not share what they knew with us? This was unfathomable and egregious to me. This went against every instinct of national security. In essence, if you are not part of our solution, then you are part of our problem. I thought about 9/11 and how it could have been prevented if agencies had shared information. In that case, you had CIA.
That is a wonderful comment, Bob Marley. Greer is looking more legitimate at this stage anyway, right? beautiful. I wasn't even thinking that way. That is just, oh, I love you for that, man. That was cool. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you. What's this? What did he get? Hello? Oh, I heard somebody. I can't believe that. That's weird. I've never had a guest on this platform yet because it's so NEW. That's new. Yeah. Let's bring in our first. Yeah, I think it's the planet. Oh, wait. It's a person calling in. Alien intendant. Wait. I can't read this. Hold on. Alien intentions? What? Why would you say that, John? All right. I have Venus here as well. And you guys just hold on. I see you starting to pile in. What's going on? I think I'm getting trolled. I can tell already, so don't worry about that. Come on. This is stupid. Is something going on in the chat? All right. We've got too much show to go through. Am I seeing things? No. Okay. I had a feeling that might happen. Tonight, last night, whenever we talk about Lou, we usually get a little bit all right, here we go. I'm bringing in Venus, who visits the show every now and then. Giddy up. 3, 2, hey, how you doing? Welcome to GUFON, Venus. Hey, why are you different than me? Look at this. How do we do this?
I don't know.
Hey, thanks for, I'll figure it out. Thanks for giving a visit here. I don't like this at all.
I like it.
All right. I like it now too. All right. Okay. So thank you. Yeah, thanks for, I guess you're going to give an opinion, but thank you for hanging out and listening in. What's on your mind though, really?
I'm on chapter 17.
Oh,
I don't know what chapter.
Oh. No, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, nothing new.
Really?
Nothing new.
I'm on 12. I'm on 12.
Just skip. Just keep skipping.
You can't be serious, Venus. Really?
I took notes so I can write something about it. There's nothing new. Nothing explosive. Nothing we haven't heard over the years. Same shit. Same.
I am very disappointed in this. Like, this shouldn't be, because we were told we're going to hear things we never heard before. We're going to be wowed. We're going to be like, whoa, show-stopping information. Nothing?
No.
So
Nothing.
I'm trying to pull up the chapters. This is awful. Hold on. Where are these chapters? See, I hate that I can't do this right. Oh, here it is. Here it is. All right. So we have the observables is where I left off. We know what the observables are. Now, yeah. There have been several documentaries recently that did the same thing Lou's doing with Imminent. It's a refresher course in ufology. Have you noticed we're getting a lot of that over the last several years, or no? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't know if he's gotten to the point where he talks about the Book of Enoch and the Bible and ancient alien theory.
Oh no!
He says he's not saying he believes it, but he's just going over possible explanations that make sense that everybody else has gone over already. Oh. Not new. Oh my God. You know what I mean? It's all the same stuff.
I'm very sad right now. I'm still going to listen to it, of course. Chapter 14 is searching for breakthroughs. 15 is the Roosevelt. We know about that. 16 chapter, the aha moment.
No, there's no aha moment.
Chapter. What about? There's what now? The 800-pound gorilla. What? Anything in there?
I can't remember the name of every chapter, but I know he starts going through different things like the theory of relativity and the reasons why maybe an alien wouldn't get hurt in the craft and how they might work compared to how like why we would get hurt if we get near one, like a whole bunch of theories that we've already heard all over the place. It's the same stuff.
That's so weird.
I feel like I'm ruining the ending to a movie. I'm sorry.
You're telling us what we already know.
Yeah, I don't know how many chapters there are. I think I have like 3 hours left still. I'm on chapter 18.
There's 25.
One of the chapters I was falling asleep.
I've done that already. Yeah.
So bored.
I fell asleep chapter 4, woke up, it was chapter 8.
It's terrible.
I'm not 100% disappointed though. I'll be honest. I like it because it is ufology. It's good the information's put out there. It's good Lou did it. However, I wish there was a video that came with the purchase of the book. Like there would be a DVD of one of the sightings that nobody else could see. You have to buy the book to get it. That would have been a good selling feature and something really cool for the American people or the world to be like, wow, he put this, what a nice gift. We didn't know that was going to be in there. That's like being, a witness to a UFO. And you open up the book or you get the DVD or whatever. And man, that would have been a good idea if they did that. They should have done that. Or
unless something at the end, maybe there's an ending, but it doesn't seem like he knows any more than anybody else. I mean, it's the same regurgitated information.
Anything good you want to say? There has to be good. Anything? If you were to recommend the book, how would you sell it to somebody? Not to put you on the spot, but hey, I heard about these UFOs. Is there a book I could buy or anything that would explain what's going on, or a movie I should watch? Venus?
I would say that if you know nothing about ufology, that Lou's book would be good to give you a big baseline of everything that's already been regurgitated by everybody in one place.
We said that about a documentary that came out a few months ago. I don't remember it, but we said the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. So far, that's the only nice thing I have to say. I'm not going to rag on him specifically because he's not saying anything that I haven't said, anybody else hasn't said, but he hyped up the book as if there was going to be something explosive, and there's nothing in there at all. So it's really more education, and that's all That's it.
It's a re-education of things we already knew. But that's what bothers me about me. It's like I know too much, and I see things usually before a lot of people like you. We're in it. We're every day. So I don't know about you, but I am. And I'm sorry to hear this, man. I'm glad you let us know though that I have nothing to be excited for. Such is life. No, that's not nice
at all. Sorry.
I'm trying. No. I'm glad, and I'm sad at the same time. But we all knew. 8 chapters I've been listening through, and 6 with everybody here, and it's been a repeat.
Yeah. What I will tell you is I'm going to finish before you do. So I guess if I find something, I'll just text you and let you know.
Yeah, I don't care if it's not going to ruin anything, right?
Well, I'll let you know what chapter. Don't fall asleep during this chapter. I'll just tell you that much.
Because it could happen now. I almost fell asleep. This is sad.
It gets kind of boring because he talks about his upbringing and his wife and all kinds of stuff that we don't care about.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer is her name? Jennifer?
I think so. But those you already passed those chapters, so you probably fell asleep.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said I think you already passed those chapters, so you probably fell asleep.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I did hear it, and yeah, I did. I did fall asleep.
And then his mom dying and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I guess maybe he's trying to get people to know who he is, but
yeah.
Personally care. I was waiting for, he hyped up the book so much to be something explosive, things that he's doing so important. So that's what I was waiting for.
Do you know if you, like, say you and I never listened or ever been a part of this and we got this book. Now, it's hard to imagine not knowing anything, but if I listen to this, I see a guy who's very angry, or was as a child, and we have seen his anger come through in the cracks here and there when he's taken off guard or off script.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people might feel that this is an anger-filled person that's just got an axe to grind with the government trying to prove them wrong? Is that what's going on with Lou? Is he mad at them?
I don't know that he's mad at I don't know why he's mad at everybody else in ufology. He seems to be more mad at ufology than he is people.
You got that right. 100%. You're right.
I've been in it long enough to understand our frustration because he's regurgitating the same crap we're tired of listening to.
Yes. And then he starts regurgitating his own stuff that we've already heard. Like it's new.
Yeah, exactly. But
I don't understand.
He puts himself, now you've been in ufology for a while. I think I've been doing it for about 5 years. But he puts himself ahead of everybody else who's already been in it for quite a while, as if he's the most important figure in ufology.
Yeah, that's true.
What he said so far, I don't see anything there that makes him more important than anybody else.
I'm thinking. That's why I'm quiet. I know it hurts, but in a way he is. But in a way, I think it's just a ruse to make us believe he's somebody he's not. Remember, he said it. I'm not a UFO guy, never have been, never wanted to be. How did he get that role? He got invited by somebody in the army or whatever, right? They noticed his skills, I think it was. He said they wanted me to be a part of this program and use my skill set, like he says, counterintelligence. But he never said to do what. Did you catch what he was supposed to do?
Not really.
I didn't either. No, and I listened twice to a few things to make sure.
Mm-hmm. No, not really. I mean, for somebody who didn't want anything to do with ufology, he has made sure that he has put the spotlight on him in ufology. He doesn't have to do what he's doing, but he acts like he's put his life on the line, his family on the line, to do everything that he's doing, and he doesn't have to do any of it. He's not telling us anything that's new. I can understand if he said something that we need to know, that nobody is saying we need to know what it is, and he's putting himself out there. But he's putting himself out there for no reason, in my opinion, other than to boost his own ego.
Yeah, that's some good points there. Why is he doing this? Especially after he said he had threats made against him and his family. And, I don't know about you, but I've been threatened in this field because I say things on purpose. The Lou doesn't. He's not going after or doing anything to have people want to hurt him. That's the weird thing. And what I want are names or who he thinks it might be, but he never gives us anything. We don't know. It's all for the sales of the book to make him look like he's that important. People want to take him out.
Right. And that's part of the frustration with everybody in ufology. Not everybody. Some of us just talk about what's going on out there. But the people that make claims, there's no evidence. And he's still one of them. He's making claims and there's no evidence at all.
I know.
It's frustrating.
I know. It's very frustrating. I'm just thinking. And did you hear the one part in the beginning where it sounded like he was crying? Did you hear stuff he knows and stuff like that in the one part in the beginning?
No, I think you're more of an empath than I am.
But no, you could hear him. That we went down and I was trying to, and it sounded awful. I'm like, why would they record this? But he was talking about his dad at the point.
Okay. He's probably recording it.
I think he got emotional and was crying when he was talking about his dad, and he's my hero, and he taught me how to play with guns when I was 8, and and I think he started crying, and then it's like, okay, I'm good, but I don't sound stuffy now, and then the stuffiness would come and go in that segment. It was really bizarre, but it was.
Did you get to the part where his mom died yet?
No.
Okay.
No. Why? Did it sound like he was crying? That's sad. I'd cry too. It's hard not to. And that's the thing about Lou. He wears a lot of his emotions on his sleeve, like some people we know. And you want to see a grown man cry, tell him his mom died.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. He's human like everybody else. No. Oh, look at Thor.
What's that?
Thor.
Oh, yeah.
I just in the comments. He's human like everybody else. I'm really not trying to dog on him as a person. I don't know him as a person, but I know what he's putting out there, and he gets very nasty with some people in ufology, and it's uncalled for because he doesn't have any more evidence than anybody else does. He has a lot of stories, a lot of theories. I mean, we all have that. So, what's different? Nothing's different except for has a book.
But he's also turned up the woo factor about himself, being this guy who can enter dreams of the enemy with other people and put fear of God into them, while they're dreaming or sleeping or whatever. I mean, that's really some shit to say, man. I mean, that's really ballsy to say if you didn't do it and he's lying about it. I think he actually tried it. I think they did, what are those, LSD, like hallucinogens, something like that.
He claims that he is a remote viewer.
Right.
This is a personal opinion of mine. I don't believe people can remote view, but he claims that he's a remote viewer and all that stuff. I mean, he gets very wooey. To me, he does.
Really? Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, even to dive into the ancient astronaut theory, and then go back and say, well, I'm not saying I believe it, but if it was my book, I would never put that in my book at all.
Really? I would. I think you have to. But why wouldn't you?
Because I think it's a bunch of nonsense.
Okay, so that's interesting because I hear that a lot. But what proof do you think? What gave you the impression it's nonsense?
There's no proof of it.
Yep.
Just more theories, right?
Yep.
So why not go more outrageous? Now, I'm also an atheist, so we're talking about Bible stories and Book of Enoch and all that stuff. So I already think that's nonsense anyway. So it still wouldn't go in my book.
So you don't think that could have been aliens that people thought, it's angels or demons? And you don't think that's a possibility? I mean, it's okay if you don't.
I wouldn't say that it's not possible that there are aliens and maybe they were here at some point, but I don't know if I would go as far as to dive into biblical books and maybe misinterpret drawings and things like that. Probably not. No. But I'm a little bit more, I don't know if you ever read any of my writings, but I'm a little bit more stern when it comes to ideas and theories.
Oh, it's good. That's what makes the world go round, are all these different ideas and theories, right? But I don't know. From what I've seen on Ancient Aliens, even though a lot of people are now not really trusting anything they say, I still think we need it as part of to learn of possibilities. We could be wrong. They could be wrong. A lot of things are up for interpretation. That's why I can't stand when I hear people say, no, those petroglyphs, it's all dream stuff. Nobody saw that stuff. Like, you don't know for a fact, but I guess in a way they do, because they know the history more than me or any other guy walking up to the rocks and going, oh, that looks like a UFO I saw. It's like a little bit different. So there's just so much we don't know, Venus, and so much they hide from us that we could have known. Hey, what's your take? Do you think there were aliens in Roswell, or what's your just real? I just want to know. I starting something new. What do you think? UFOs or Russian or China, Japan spy balloons?
I'm gonna put myself out there with very little to no evidence and say that I believe that that was alien. Only because there's more evidence for that crash than there is for any other. Anything else that happened, there's been more.
I didn't see. Really? Because I didn't think there was any evidence, just what people said they saw.
Right. So, having some interactions with like Don Schmidt and them about their studies of the Roswell incident, to me sounds like there's more evidence pointing towards that that's more possible that happened than not possible.
Yeah. Are they biased towards that anyway? And maybe or do you think they did a fair assessment really, or?
Most of the time I do. Occasionally I hear a few things that I'm not sure of. But again, that goes with ufology, right? 1 minute you're like, oh, okay, yeah, here's all this stuff and it sounds really good. And then you might hear something from somebody else and it's, and then you're testing it again, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I do.
Yeah, I think we're all doing it. It's so frustrating. And it's all for what? Alien technology and alien integration with humans. Right? Isn't that what it's all about?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, why else would we need disclosure? Why even talk about it? Obviously, it would change everything we know. I think disclosure would cause panic worldwide. I think religions would implode. People would freak out. It would take time for those waves to chill and people to realize, okay, it's not that bad. They're not going to kill us. They haven't yet. Or maybe God brought them here, and then they can get back on the God train again. Or, we're all God's creations. That's what it is. Where'd they come from? Oh, well, we don't know. See, that's my problem. I think it's too far for anybody to go anywhere. I don't think there's technology where you can just blink and get to a place. So I think these beings were here. I think we're being lied to about the earth and the land, especially in Antarctica and, places we're not allowed to go to. Why?
Well, I think that there's always going to be some government cover-ups because they have to. Because if not, look what happened during COVID, right? So if they don't cover some things up, there are people that can't handle some things, right? But how much are they covering up? How much do they actually know? What are they keeping from us? I don't know. I don't know how much, if we're overestimating how much they're keeping from us.
I don't think we are at all. I think they hide everything, especially about this.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Just the alien thing, or do you mean everything?
No, I mean, they do hide a lot. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, as far as the alien thing, I don't know how much they know. But realistically, let's say they knew more. Let's say they knew a lot. Would it be wise of them to say something? Would it be wise of them to really put it out there to the public? There's a lot at risk if you let a lot of information out. You and I might be able to handle it, but someone down the road cannot, and they might jump off a bridge, you know what I mean? Or you might have a bunch of crime and things like that happen. So it's only anybody's guess how much they're actually keeping from us.
It's a lot. I think so. And even with the pyramids, and the Sphinx, there's supposed to be 2 Sphinxes. The other one's facing the other way. They just haven't found it yet, or aren't going to find it on purpose, even though they know where it is. That I don't appreciate. Like, they hide so much stuff that's supposed to be for the people. I get it. Maybe they don't want their history to be torn apart. Oh, it was aliens that built the pyramids, but it wasn't your guys either. They walked up onto those pyramids. So, yeah, we're living in a time and a place right now where we could have had this disclosure during COVID. Everybody was home.
That's true. Yeah. But you know, it's hard for you and it's hard for me to be objective, right? Because we've had our own experiences.
Of course.
And so we're seeing things that they don't seem right, and then we're supposed to be objective and say, but let's take a step back and not believe that either, you know, not immediately. So it is difficult.
Not fair. Hey, no, what are they going to tell us anyway that we don't already know? Well, we would know where the aliens probably came from if they weren't from here. We would understand their language, their technology, their healing stuff, powers, whatever you want to call it. And are we able to, breed with them? There's always some people out there who will try just about anything. So an alien? Wow, that'd be really wild.
Yeah, I saw the photo you put up the other day.
What did I do?
The alien girl you put up.
Oh, she was beautiful. The AI created her.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, she was hot. I look at her every day now. What could be? She is sweet though. I think I would if an alien had human qualities, and you want to touch it all before you go anywhere else. Make sure everything feels normal.
Well, somebody said something I saw on Facebook today, and it was a good question. They said, well, if aliens created us, supposedly, they brought us here, they created us, then who created them?
Oh, I know. Oh.
How far back do you go if you really want to start thinking about it, I
know. It blows my mind because somebody had to create them.
Right.
Or they are, this is what people are thinking more than ever, that they're like cyborgs. They're half alive, half machine. So they could handle these long journeys, pretty much live on as long as they need to do their task.
And Lou said something in the book about I think it was the Nordics, on whether there was a theory on whether or not the Nordics created the Greys, kind of like the little worker bees, to do their work.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know what chapter that was in, but he mentioned it briefly. So who created the aliens? Did the aliens create us? Who else did they create if they created us? I mean, we could keep going on and on and on, right? Is some of it, are the Greys, are they some kind of AI? What's actually real and what's actually a machine? We don't know that either.
Right.
So,
oh my God, there's so much.
Yeah, you ask one question and you just keep asking questions.
I see people in the chatter talking about some things. It is a whole lot of stuff not being disclosed. Is Thor? What's that?
Thor.
I know. Yeah, I saw. I backed up a little bit to look up here, and Troy says it would be, as said, to their need and growth as hell on earth. Special people, water and farm irrigation, massive waste, and the little business guy. And farmers think it comes from a hole in the ground. Okay, there's a lot there, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that would work in this society. All right, they are stealing and experimenting with our souls, says Apostate Plus Tax. So, hey, that's interesting, Venus, that Apostate said that, because Lou was talking about how his higher-ups were saying, bro, it's demons.
Yeah.
God, that blows me away that people in the government that can give the funding to find out what these things are told Lou, we know what they are, we know why they're here, or whatever he said. But oh my God, that's scary.
But demons, really?
I know. Well, what is a demon?
Again, question, more questions.
Right. Well, why aren't we seeing demon things happening?
Well, and if you think of the concept of a demon, okay, well, if they're demons, then why aren't they hurting us?
Exactly.
You know, why are they looking around? And I mean, do they abduct people? I mean,
there you go.
People say that they do, right? But why are they not destroying the planet if they're demons?
Because they live here too. Ah, see? Ooh, this is getting good. That's scary.
Yeah.
It is, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if they are? What if they're demons for real?
And then?
That would suck. Well, the definition of a demon, I was looking it up. It says a background process that handles requests for service. Wait, what the? How is that even possible? It says computing is the noun for demon. And then the plural noun is demons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is bizarre. All right, what is the meaning of demons? A person considered extremely wicked, evil, or cruel.
Right. But who's to say abductions are cruel? We don't know what they're doing. They feel cruel to us, right? If we go take a bear out of the woods and put it to sleep and put it back, we're trying to monitor and do good things for the environment with the animals. They just appear cruel to us. So the whole demon theory might be just nonsense.
You know what it is? They're not here to hurt us. They just want us scared. So we stop asking questions, even though we're not going to stop, but they want us to have the fear, right? And they're actually helping us, probably, by abducting us. Who knows? I don't feel like I've been abducted, but they could sure as hell use me if they need anybody to fix. You know what I mean? It's like, how could that be? If they're doing that, why aren't we all getting the help?
Well, and we don't know what they're doing, right? We don't know if they're from just monitoring. We don't know what these things are. We don't even know if they're just, interdimensional, right? No idea what's going on. But Lou doesn't know what's going on either any more than the rest of us, so he needs to back up a little bit.
Agreed. I totally agree with that. Nobody knows. Who does know then, Venus?
Nobody. Just them.
Somebody has to know something. Because if the aliens are here and they are existing on this planet, it would make sense for them to want to negotiate some sort of, peaceful integration with each other, right? I don't know.
Imagine going to another planet and you start monitoring what's going on and you see them destroying each other. You see them killing each other. You see wars. Why would you want to contact them? Why would you want to try to have anything peaceful with beings that are warlike? So why would they want to?
That's a very good point. I didn't think of that either. Yeah, that's a good one.
For all we know, they can land on the White House lawn and we'll kill them. We'll shoot at them.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't doubt. Or somebody would. Maybe somebody on the outside, not part of the government. Some Yahoo would just do it to do it.
If they're that smart, if they're way ahead of us, then they should be smart enough to know who to interact with and who not to interact with. And we're very destructive to our own planet and each other. So why interact with us?
We have no choice but to destruct our own planet, though, to get the resources we need. So are we really destroying it, or are we just taking what's ours?
Well, we do destroy it. There's a lot of things that we do that we don't have to do in order to survive. Right? We have way more carbon emissions than we have to. There are things that we don't have to set up and go to war with everybody. But
yes, we do.
We do now.
We always do. War is money.
We do now. Right?
No, you're right. There's always a war going on in the world, except when Trump's president. But other than that, there's always a war.
Right. If you really look at it from the outside, we're looking from it. We're down here. We're interacting as human beings, but they're looking at it from a different perspective, right?
But don't you think we can have that ability to look at it from another perspective and disassociate ourselves with what's going on as an outsider? I think we can do that, right? And see that we're absolutely insane, violent creatures.
Well, yeah, because that's what I'm saying right now. We are.
No. Yeah,
Right.
I know. I'm just confirming it to myself. It's terrible.
Yeah. But we are not all of us are. But if you look at the human species as a whole and what we've done to each other, then you have to take as maybe they have that perspective, not just one person, one family, one place, but the human species as a whole.
But isn't that part of why the aliens may be here? Because of how weird and violent we are as a species that's so intelligent that we could control every move we make, but we choose not to. That, I think, is very interesting to aliens. Like, they're just going to kill them for what those other people said. But they don't even know these people. How could you do that? Yeah, that's an interesting psychological view from their point. Like, they're killing innocent people. For who?
Yeah.
For what? Because of what other people believe? It's really a strange thing. I don't like it. I always hated that.
Yeah, and we don't know. I mean, they're not really interacting in a large scale with us, right? On a let's say the last time we had a huge scale was the Battle of Los Angeles, right? A huge scale interaction with them. And then what did we do? We shot at them.
Right.
Right? And then what did they do back at us?
Nothing. What'd they do? They just drifted away.
Exactly. So
what did they do something? I'm sorry.
No, but what I'm saying is that we're the ones that are violent. If somebody's violent to you, would you not keep your distance?
Yeah.
So they have not gone away. It doesn't appear that they've gone away, but there's a distance there, because it seems like there were more encounters earlier, right, in the earlier years than there have been recently.
Like in
more
the 1500s.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
that's
those
true.
closer encounters have gone away.
If that is true, if they were around in those days. I think they were. I think they've always been. I do. I think they left their craft here for us to find in these what do they call them? Catacombs? What are they called? Catacombs? Catacombs? It doesn't sound right. Yeah, I think they did. I think they left it behind. Maybe not for us to find, but maybe when they come back. But don't you think it made sense they just take it back with them? It's like, I don't know. Yeah, just leave the Porsche on Earth, and when we get there, it's already there. It's like the effort's the same. It doesn't make sense.
Maybe a month or two ago, I was working and I ran into a girl who saw my UFOs on my arm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, and she was asking me about it, and she said that her family's from Roswell, and her grandfather is actually the one that was running the funeral home where they got the caskets from.
Oh,
and that
wow.
He was threatened by the government, is what she told me. That was completely unprompted. I didn't know her. I just met her a couple minutes prior.
Oh, wow. That's cool because of your tattoos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People, as soon as they see my tattoos, they tend to talk to me about aliens anyway, but yeah.
Well, my license plate has, the one behind me used to say CNUFOs.
Mm-hmm.
And you see people back there going, hi, and then they look up, and then they pull up next to you and they look at you like, what's he look like? Why is a UFO guy? What does he look like? So now I have a different car. I don't have that license plate anymore, but it says UFOs around the plate, and it says GUFON radio. And then, what was I? Oh, shit, I can't believe so I put stickers on the back window, like Alien Hunter and, stuff children would put on. But I do it because I want the attention, and, and it creates many conversation, believe it or not. It's weird.
It does.
With police, too. Yeah.
with everybody. I mean, I'm a hospice nurse, for crying out loud. I'm taking care of patients, checking vital signs, and they're staring at my tattoos and they want to talk about aliens. The families, even the patients, they're like, oh my gosh, you believe in UFOs and aliens? And then they want to talk about it all the time. So,
Have you ever had a family or a patient be annoyed with that on your arm? Like,
No,
oh,
they
that's
love it.
garbage.
No, they love it.
That is awesome. I
They
would have
love
figured
it.
you would have had maybe 10 to 15, maybe 20% of people be like, I don't believe in that.
No, but maybe it's just me because people they like to talk to me anyway. And so they find my UFOs on my arm and then they're like, oh, I've got something to say to her. And then they'll start talking to me about UFOs.
Yes.
So, you know, I mean, I don't look unapproachable about it. And so they're open to talking about it. And believe it or not, more people believe in aliens than you would think. Because when I'm walking around getting gas, doing whatever I'm doing, people bring it up because of the tattoos, people that you wouldn't even think, think about that stuff just randomly out in public. So, polling, I think if you were to poll people on how many people actually believe in it, I think it's probably a pretty high number.
I think it's 85 to 90%.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Santa Monica a few years ago, I was out there to meet Third Phase of Moon and Michael from Dark Hour Paranormal and a few other people, Apollo and some other people. Anyway, we were walking the pier in Santa Monica and asking people live on the show. We did a live show. Do you know what UAP is?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew. Only one guy knew, but I think because he was some sort of lawyer dude and he had to know for some reason, but nobody knew. A lot of people said, oh, some like aliens, one guy said. Yeah, well, the U might help people figure that out. But, they were trying to get everybody in love with saying UAP. But nobody had known. My point was that the public doesn't know shit, and that was all over the news. It was all over the internet, and people still don't know.
Yeah.
How is it the message not being understood? Why aren't people really comprehending it? Do you think it's because they think it's such bullshit? They just turn it off in one ear and out the other?
For the acronym UAP?
Yeah. Basically, are the public listening when it comes to UFOs and aliens? Because we had the congressional hearings, nobody gave a crap. The next day, nobody was talking about it after 24 hours. And then the second one, same thing. It's just people don't care. Why? I think it has to do with no evidence. But what do you think?
Well, I think that I think most people have their mind made up already. And so I think they're hearing information that they're already saying, oh yeah, we already believe in that. Or, I don't believe that, so it's nonsense. And so they just don't pay any attention to it. Either way, it's not like it's 1950, right? Where it was really taboo. Now people are so open and they're like, yeah, they're probably here. A lot of people have seen things they can't explain. So they hear that and they go, yeah, okay, sounds plausible. And then they keep going on with their life.
Man, you guys, that's the third answer tonight. You made me like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. Why didn't I think of that? Thank you. That all makes sense. Doesn't it? It does, right? No, it does. I appreciate that.
This is so funny because a while ago you asked me to come on your program and I told you no because I don't do programs anymore. I used to do a few here and there. And now I'm on your program anyway.
Well, when I saw your face pop up and the other people I never answered that were here, there was like 3-4 people that would like leave, come back. I think they were trying to troll me. But when I saw you on there, I was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. At first, don't take this the wrong way, but there's a bar that says to hide you, like it's an instruction button to press, and it cuts off like from here down on you. All I saw, I thought it was just, I didn't know what I was looking at first, what I'm saying. I saw a bunch of skin and I didn't see anything else. I'm like, what's going on? Oh, and then you moved and I'm like, oh, that's a head? Because of the way the bar is. Oh, that sounded awful.
Yeah. You can see me now, right? You see
What?
me now? Okay.
Oh, I
can
see me
now.
the whole time. Yeah, but when you were in the background, when you first came up, I could still see it. It cuts you off, this little bar that's there. It's weird. It just makes you look different.
Like that.
Just from the eyes. Oh. And then all I saw was like your eyes, and like right now in that little box, your eyes are. I should take a. It's weird. They're like lights. They're like glistening. That is bizarre. Oh yeah, you can see it on the screen a little bit. It's just the way your eyes are hitting the light. Do you have a round light in front of you?
No. Mm-mm.
Just a regular old bulb, huh?
Yeah, I guess my eyes just glisten.
That's it. That makes sense. She's got glistening eye syndrome. Have you ever heard of that, Al? Yeah.
I have nothing. That's all I have.
Well, I gotta say, the book has been a huge disappointment, to say the least. And I don't think I'll be talking about it anymore. But thanks for coming on. We're pretty much gonna go because we went a little late. I was late. Yeah. But anything else you want to add to what the book? Anything? I don't even know what to say.
I'm glad I didn't pay for it. I did what you did with the Audible trial. I was not going to give my money to him. Good. But I'm going to write about it. As soon as I'm done, I have a lot of notes. So I'm going to write an article on my page about my thoughts on the book. Again, it's not personal to him. I don't know him personally.
Right.
It's just, there's a lot, people who are not in ufology don't understand that it's a rough field. And there's a lot of critics, and if you're going to be in it, you have to have a thick skin. I mean, I've been attacked for nothing really, but you have to have a thick skin. And so I have an opinion on the book, and I'm going to write about it. So far, I've heard nothing new.
I don't like this.
Yeah,
I don't know. No, it's just, I really was looking forward to it because nothing's going on this year. So it would have been a nice, thing to talk about every day if it was worthy of it. But I just don't see it. Anyway.
Yeah.
So do you want to, go ahead. You were going to say something else?
Yeah, I see Thor's asking my pages. So it's the San Antonio Aerial Phenomena Research Organization. It's on Facebook. I link over to X, but I don't really use X a lot. And so I write all my stuff on Facebook.
That's where I was going. I was going to say, did you have a link or anything where people can find you? Do you want me to put the Facebook link in the show description or no?
If you want to.
You'll get ones of subscribers from me. You'll get ones. Not hundreds, just ones.
That's fine. For some reason, suddenly I gained like 1,000 subscribers in the last 3 weeks, and then it slowed down again. So it comes and goes.
Wow, that's crazy. It shows I have the maximum, like 5,000. That's what they say. But then it's at 5,300. And then it says you can't have more than 5,000 friends, but yet I have 5,300. Do you know what that's about?
Well, my page is a page, so it's not an actual Facebook like where you can have friends. So I can have as many followers as I want. I think I have like 5.6, maybe.
Wait, I was there and it said add as friend.
On the Sapro page?
No, not the Sapro.
You were on my page.
Yes.
My Facebook. Yeah.
That's what I was asking, if you want me to put that link.
No, so you would have to go over to the Sapro page.
Okay.
Which if you go to my Facebook page, it's in my About section.
Oh, good. Okay. That's easy to find then.
Yeah.
And just use that link.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I want to give some people at least see who, maybe if you want, maybe there's some good news. Maybe somebody has a video to share.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if people follow me or not. I write because I like to write, and I like ufology, and I get bored, and so I like to write about that. So if people follow me, they do. If they don't, they don't. I do collect sighting reports as well. I collect those, and I collect encounter reports. I collect drawings, that kind of stuff. So I do have a collection of reports. MUFON tried to get their hand on my reports at one point. They did. They tried to con them out of me, but I did not give in.
And thank you for saying ufology instead of ufology. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Because it's unidentified flying object, not unidentified flying, the study of. Because that's what you're saying when you say ufology.
Right. No, it's ufology. Got it.
Mucho.
I won't.
Grazie. Grazie. Well, thanks. I appreciate this. It was fun. It went by super fast. How long were you on? Almost an hour? Wow. 48 minutes.
Oh my God. I actually came on.
Yes. Yeah, and you nailed it. I thank you. That was awesome. So I'm gonna say goodbye to you. I'm gonna take you off the screen, but thank you very much for hanging out. And I will talk to you soon. Venus, everybody. Venus Miranda. That was awesome. Hey, she saved the show. Show saver. The only person who gave a shh about coming here and talking about Lou's book. Wow, I'm a little disappointed that it really doesn't get any better. That sucks. Right? Doesn't it? That should make you a little bit upset. It does I. Me? All right. So tomorrow, I doubt I'm talking about the book. So, all right, that's it. Hey, Marvelous Marvin, how you doing, man? How is everybody? Look, we got a bunch of people coming in. Leave Mark D. Truth Searcher. How you doing, Chief? Craig William? How you doing? Vamat. What's up, Vomit? Tried making it funny. It didn't work. What's up, Glenn Collins? Hey, Paula Faust. All right. And Renee Christian. Vincent, that's little baby Vince Neil. You know I'm a dreamer, but my heart's a girl. I had to run away high, but I wouldn't come home low. Just when things went right doesn't mean they're always wrong. Just take this song and you'll never feel left all alone. That's baby Vince Neil. Used to sound a lot better when I was younger. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same channel, where we do truthology for ufology, and we do it for you. That's it. Be good to each other. And if you ain't looking up at the sky, you ain't looking out. That's it. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. All right. Take care, everybody, and alien bless.
There's look at this thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over and why did it stop one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?